So welcome to part 3 and 4 of the John Deere 100 Restoration Project. Your host, Matt. So on this episode, it's kind of an overview right now, but what I did was I figured out I was able to get a new carburetor for the John Deere 100, and I was able to make new line for it, even new filter, new shutoff valve for it. So this is kind of what I did on it. I bought a new fuel line, and I fed it from the tank. I was able to clean the tank out because it had tons of rust. So I cleaned the tank out. I lost the cap for the top. So I found I had a John Deere 112 that had a junk gas tank. So I took it off, cut the knobs off and stuff like that. It fit the same thing. So it worked perfect. And then I was able to get new wiring cables, like I was talking about earlier. And yeah, so that's right here's the new carburetor I was able to get, new line to feed to it. So I was able to even I can shut the gas off like right here. I could turn that off easier. So, when the mowing season's done, I can just I'm just going to shut the gas off. And it helps just let it run until it completely shuts off. And then that means all the gas in that carburetor is completely emptied out. You want to have that carburetor have no gas, because if you have gas sit in your carburetor, it can build up. I think I talked about, no, I didn't talk about it. So one thing it can do is it can cause corrosion in the reed in the carburetor. It can build up with dirt, debris, water. Well, I just got back from the tire store, and my gosh, the new tires that I bought off Amazon, they look wonders compared to the old beat-up ones. So we're going to put these things back on, and we're going to go from there. But yeah, I just got back from the tire shop just a little bit ago to pick these things up. We're going to put those on. And I officially got the new tires put on, and my gosh, it looks new. Luckily, she wanted no flat tires. I know I got to repaint the rims, but you know what? Little by little, everything comes apart. Everything comes together. So it's kind of next day. I thought I'd get a head start on the paint. I completely forgot to record, but finally got a lot of the parts kind of already painted. Some of it just taking the tape off, but mostly I'm going to do a little bit. Your feet kind of painting pretty soon, but I'm going to go through that, kind of power wash that later on when it gets warmer out. It's getting warmer out. It's at 5 today, so I'm getting some painting done. I got this side kind of already cleaned, already painted. I just got this side. I gotta start. I'm gonna get some of the parts. I just got that floor mat to get painted right there and get around the foot pedal, get that painted. But yeah, it's coming along. Finally got that piece over there, the rear panel painted. So look, it's all coming along. Yeah, she's starting to look good. I just gonna let her dry. I know there's a lot of dust with the paint, but you know what? I think I'm calling her a day. I got a lot of painting done on this day. I got all the front painted, a lot of the greens already painted, so I'm gonna put new connectors on later on tonight. Probably get a paintbrush, paint some parts, but you know what? It's getting down. I think all I got left is do the rims, paint the rims yellow. I got to sand them all down. I have to do I'm gonna go around and paint all the little bolts, the chrome, kind of metallic aluminum, and then I've got the deck to work on, and yep, it's coming along. So finally getting back on this John Deere. It's finally not bad. It's starting to warm up a little bit today. So I thought working a little bit, trying to figure out what's wrong with this freaking deck. It's 30-inch mower deck, because it wants to continuously run. Well, found out I was messing with this thing nonstop. So I found out, and I'll show you guys, because sometimes mowers will do this. Eventually, you never know if somebody's going to make their own little gizmo right here for your little spring relief for your deck. So supposedly this was so tightened up, it continuously wanted to run that deck nonstop. So what I did was I hit it with the hammer, which I'm good at doing, is hitting stuff with freaking hammers. Trust me, I've been used to it so long. So I used the hammer. I hit it up a little bit, so I moved that little eye hook, moved it up a little further, and I just tightened it up with the nut and a couple washers. And I'm gonna start this baby up so I can show you guys what it is. Finally got the new knob on there. Finally worked. I had it take a C-clamp, clamp it in place to even get it because it was tight. But so yeah, it's acting up again. There we go. So I was able to fix it. You see right there, the deck is not moving fast. So before, when I used to mow with it, it used to keep spinning. So now I'm gonna raise this loader. There we go. Deck's turned on. Release the lever. Turn it slowly, speed down. Boom. Stop. So at least we figured out one issue going on with mowing, because that was one thing I was afraid of, because every time I was mowing, it would continuously keep running. So luckily I figured that out. I got a new starter coming hopefully Wednesday for this project, because the starter's been given out. It's the original one, so I want to get a new starter. I'm working on the hood. So I used some plastic weld for this corner right here. I started sanding right around it, and I want to make another one of those bars for the side for like a mount hood. So I took some rebar, took it on the grinder, took it on the vise, started bending it. I'm gonna weld a piece of plate to it, and I'm gonna drill some holes into the 100 hood. When I get done sanding it and prepping it, I'm gonna drill some holes. I'm not gonna pop rivet like I was thinking about doing. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put a nut and bolt on it. So at least it'll look almost original. So that's what, I'm just trying to get this to be running, great shape. And everything I'm gonna do is take that deck off, redo the deck, go through the pulleys, make sure they're all new bearings in them, make sure, it didn't sound like it was grinding. So when doing decks, if you hear like a whining noise, like I'm gonna start this up again. There we go. So you guys probably heard that. It just sounded like a fan. When knowing if your deck is getting, like the bearings are getting shot in your deck, if you know your pulleys are getting loose, if you know your spindles are starting to get loose, or if you hear like a grinding noise. If you hear a grinding noise, it means your bearings in your deck is about shot. I got a couple decks I'm going to be redoing possibly this spring. I'll probably show you guys how I redo it. So I've redone them, like on the Case 444, I redid the deck spindles. I redid it on my X-Mark mower. I redid them on, I don't know how many mowers I did. On my John Deere 285, that now I got on a snowblower right now. But, it's like you never know what you can get into. You never know if it's going to be more parts than what it is. But you know what? It's always better to get it to that condition it's going to run. I mean, I got to put the seat back on that deal. I'm going to bolt that back down. And then possibly later on, I'll redo the rims and the tires. I got new tires to the front, which is all holding up air. All four are holding up air now, so that's good. And I'm going to redo the deck. And, we're getting down to the end of this mower. Just getting ready for mowing season. It's getting close. It's almost end of February, and when April comes, oh my gosh, it's going to be the grass is greener on the opposite side. But you know what? We're going to be mowing this. I mean, right now, we got snow. It's kind of, grass dormant, so it's not mowing season yet. But hey, I want to get a head start before this spring season comes. So feels like Frankenstein a little bit how banged up she is. You know what? She's getting where I want to see her. I finally got the rear spine bullet plus the seat. So, she's looking what I want her to look like. So, she's coming closer and closer every single day.